Hello, everyone. 8th Street Connection. It is down to the final week of the regular season. We are here previewing Week 13, recapping Week 12, and Devin Shell is a sad, sad man this week. Devin, you want to care to tell us why you're in a depressed state right now?
Well, like we've talked about before, Packers suck fucking shit. My gambling season sucks even more fucking shit. And guess what? My fantasy team sucks the most fucking shit. So that's just kind of where I'm at. I'm sitting outside a grocery store in Grand Forks, North Dakota right now. There is a main highway right next to me. Jumping into the traffic, a high possibility right now. But let's just go on. Come on now.
All right. I am reluctant into even recapping Week 12 after that, but the show must go on. So we will do it. We'll start with my team. Shell, if you think your season can't get much worse, you can look at my fantasy team. I lost to Isaac, which usually wouldn't be too bad of a deal, but he did not start Patrick Mahomes or Todd Gurley as they were on bye, and he didn't start a tight end because he didn't want to drop anybody. And he still scored 114 points and beat me this week as I only managed 111. I will say to all the haters out there, Austin Eckler had a massive game, and so did Dak Prescott, which was basically what Mahomes and Gurley usually get. But anyways, yeah, not much to be said besides the fact that Isaac as the leg into the squad. My team is very much in contention for last place. So we got next game we had two bottom feeders here. Dylan only put up 94 points. Not a very good showing from his squad. But he lost to Matt Zebarth and the Meat Beaters, who actually had a big week with his newly acquired Amari Cooper going off on Thanksgiving for 34 points. Was that a tough one to watch on Thanksgiving, Shell, or were you fine with it?
Sure.
All right, so both those teams are in the consolation bracket. So we will move on to the next.
Sure.
Sure, he says. All right, so we had Trevor take down fellow league mate Matt Ellingson. He already guaranteed himself a win of the Clippers division, but this is further distanced himself out in first at 10-2 and looking like he will be taking the first overall seed. Oh, actually, Trevor, did you beat Isaac in the?
I was on this week. I haven't played it yet.
Oh yeah, you haven't played.
Winner gets one seed. Loser gets two.
So Trevor is coming down to last week for the 1 seed with Isaac. Both teams we've already recapped, but Ellie here had a couple big trades, which was kind of surprising to me. Shelley, what do you think of his new look team now that he's got David Johnson, Joe Mixon, T.Y. Hilton?
It's great.
T.Y. Hilton, another big game. Your thoughts on that one?
Yep.
All right, so we'll go on to the next. It looks like these two teams are most likely going to be in the playoffs. So we go on to Tommy Potter versus Rudy's Chance. This game was a big one with huge fantasy or playoff implications. Tom traded for Jordan Howard and Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott had his normal Thanksgiving day, putting up 23 points. Jordan Howard had 2 points with a questionable start of Jordan Howard. Tom also had LaShawn McCoy, who had 5.8, would have put him over the hump. He had Kenyon Drake, who scored 24 points on his bench, who also would have put him over the hump, but he went with Jordan Howard. It's too bad, but he still had a very respectable 123. His team looks strong going into this last week where he needs a win or a couple things to go right to make the playoffs. Same with Rudy's Chance. Rudy's Chance had a big week with Lamar Miller scoring 23 points on Monday night with a 97-yard touchdown run that put Tom to bed in Week 12. Anything you have to say here, Shell?
Lamar Miller was throwing haymakers like Leonard Fournette. Boom. There's my line. Continue.
All right. So we have Austin Nelson's so close yet so far Dragons getting a big win at putting himself at 6-6, and Chuck's dream falls to 5-7. Austin put up 142 points with the backing of Christian McCaffrey, 41 points. Kind of the most unsurprising trade, I would say, last week at the trade deadline. Christian McCaffrey got shipped off to Austin Nelson and the Dragons for Lamar Miller and Keenan Allen. Looked like both sides won last week. Lamar Miller and Keenan Allen both scored touchdowns, and Christian McCaffrey went ham, obviously. So Austin team's looking really good, but he needs a couple things to fall right in the play area in Week 13 for him to make the playoffs. Brett Bergeson is all but destined for the consolation bracket yet again. So better luck next year, Brett. All right, Shell, the last game we have here. You have any care to recap the last game here? It looks like it's to the Team Victory Lap versus Mia's Lucky Day. And
I feel
Shell just alluded to, Melvin Gordon broke it as his fantasy hopes and dreams.
I feel worse right now than when Caitlin Sapu dumped my ass in the 4th grade, my first ever girlfriend, the lowest I've ever been in my life.
You know,
I love him, but I don't know what to do, man. If I could give him from me the waist down, he wouldn't want like the package, but I can give him a knee. I'll do anything. Good win for Casey. I'm glad. Good for him, man. It's great.
Yeah, it is great for him after he was already eliminated from the playoffs, and you were needing a big win. That is great for him. You had a good season with Baker Mayfield. You had a pretty solid week with 113, but just not enough. Melvin Gordon going down obviously hurt him. He hurt you. He could have had a couple more points in the second half. But
I love
Crazy had a great week. He putting up 130.
Who the fuck is trying to run end arounds when you're up by 30?
With the player who's already hurt.
Oh, let's just bang the shit out of him. Just take him out.
All right.
I'm just glad Isaac has Eckler.
All right. So, with that said, that's week 12. And before we preview week 13, we can go over a couple of playoff implications and situations here. So, let me bring up the standings and get us to shared view. Shell, was there any big acquisitions for free agents? I can't remember.
Just me.
Who'd you get, Tom?
Justin Jackson.
Oh, Justin Jackson.
Yeah, he's gonna be awesome.
He's not a kicker.
No, he's the backup running back for the.
Does anybody want to talk about my pickup of Jeff Wilson Jr.? He's the backup running back for the Niners.
Are you playing him?
I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I think right now Jordan Wilkins is in my lineup because Marlon Mack has a C word. I'm willing to fly to Indianapolis to beat the shit out of his head.
Okay. All right. Can you see me? Can you see the standings here, Shell?
I can.
All right.
Hold on. Can I have a breaking news?
Sure.
Sorum forgot to change his lineup, and he did not put Butker in and left Maher. Odds that Maher goes off tonight.
Well,
wait, what happened?
I guess he could have very well wanted to start Maher, I suppose, but I guess Sorum started the Cowboys kicker instead of Harrison Butker. So
yeah. Well, kicker shouldn't even be in fantasy, so whatever.
Kicker shouldn't be in fantasy. We can talk about that later. We need to get to the business here of playoff implications. So we can talk first about divisions. We have 2 or 3 divisions that are all set. basically, we have the Clippers won by Trevor Lawstead. We have the Bangers won by Isaac Anderson. And the Whalers shell looks like is yours more than likely if Austin beats you this week by more than 44 points.
That's how it comes down to it?
Yeah, overall points. Because
no, I just can't get shit on. I can lose, but I can't get shit on.
Well, yes. You can lose because you won earlier in the season. So you're head-to-head.
Look at that comeback.
The comeback kid.
Let's go. Oh,
yeah. Okay, so here, I suppose I had a couple people ask me this week. So I know ESPN's not very customizable, or not that you guys know that, but it isn't. So playoff tiebreakers and whatnot. So for the division, tiebreakers go head-to-head. There's 2 head-to-head games. So more than likely, if you're tied after a full season, you probably went 1-1. So after that, it's total points for the whole season, not your own matchup. So that is the tiebreaker. So that's why, Shell, unless you lose by more than 44, you are locked into winning the Whalers division.
That's sexy.
Yeah. So the Shredders, we have 2 teams at 6-6, and Chuck's Dream at 5-7. So
is that Brett's best year so far?
It might be. He could maybe get to 6-7, a respectable 6-7. So Tom plays Brett Bergeson here, and then Soren plays Casey. So, and Soren beat you twice this year?
No, I beat him the first time.
So Tommy Potter and Rudy's Chance are tied at 1-1. I suppose there's a chance that all 3 teams go 6-7, which would then go to most total points, which will be Tom. So what happens here for Storm? Storm needs to win and have Tom lose to get in.
Yep.
Otherwise, it looks like he's not getting in due to his low points and 6-7 record, probably not doing it. Or
okay.
7-6 record.
Well, basically, Rudy's Chance is fighting. If he gets a W, there's okay. So
Rudy's Chance needs the W over Casey, as well as a loss by Tom. Basically, is what it comes down to.
So what happens if Stinner beats me, and then we're both 7?
Stin wins, then he gets himself to 7-6, and it depends on what Ellie does, because if Ellie gets to 8-5, he gets the record.
Yep.
Playoff spot, which is the fifth spot, the first wild card, and then the second wild card goes to most total points, which is close right now. Tom's at 1403, which would be right now winner.
But Shell, what's he at?
1430.
I'm assuming Shell's in.
Gotcha.
So, but Austin is only 19 behind Tom at 1836, as we can see right here. And then other players are basically out of it. So Ellie is also at 1366, which isn't very high. So Ellie is also kind of fighting for his life. He's not quite locked in. So a win from him would be huge.
Dylan,
and he's got Dylan, which would project him for a 10-point win. So there's a lot of kind of moving parts here. But it's basically come down to Dark Lords, the Meat Beaters, Chuck's Dream, and Weight Room Optional locked into consolation. And then CJ's and ACL tear at the top two spots, and then a lot of action in between 3, 4, 5, 6.
So right now, can you go to the projected playoff bracket, my good sir?
Yeah, it's not up to date, but I can do that. So right now it has Rudy's. So right now it has Zeke and Destroy at the 5 seed, which is true. But right now Austin would be the 6th seed due to total points.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. So and I can change the bracket, but for for right now, I can't have total points be the second tiebreaker. So Austin would be the sixth right now. But that's all to change with whatever happens. So, and I'll send out a Slack update like Sunday nights before the Sunday night games when we have more clarity on what it looks like. So, and then I just don't touch the consolation ladder. I don't really know how they do all those tie breaks, but whatever happens there happens there. So looks like I'm playing DA. What was that?
That's a war zone.
That is a war zone. We have a couple good squads in there. Oh yeah, for sure. Trevor said a couple shit squads, which is very much true. But I mean, I guess Austin's technically not in there. But if should Austin make the consolation ladder, or Casey's team got some good players, those are couple of tough outs in the consolation bracket. But
so, real quick, scroll back up. I just want to make a scenario up in my head.
Yep.
So let's say Tommy Potter wins. And Stin
Tommy Potter wins. He takes the division.
But is he the 3 seed? I want to basically what I'm asking is I want to play Tommy Potter if I get in, and I want to stream the best fucking defense that's ever been found.
Well, it would be. I suppose I've never even thought of that, which is probably.
We'll worry about it when it's time.
My bad, but it would seed head to head, which is probably what we're just going to end up going with.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, let's get to this preview. I'm getting cold.
Okay, so preview. I'm going to put me back on. And there we are. All right, so we can start with a couple of the games that have no meaning. That would be me versus Zeebs. Both of us locked into the consolation bracket. No analysis needed. We can go then to. No, we don't want to do that one. We want to do. All right, yeah, we can start with it. We can go with this one. We got Party Like an ACL Tear and Fighting CJ. So this is the battle for first place, the first overall spot. Although it doesn't mean much as both teams already have to bye. So right now we have Isaac's team projected for an unbelievable 133 points, which is basically unheard of. With Austin Eckler starting in his lineup now that Melvin Gordon's hurt.
Why the fuck you gotta say that shit?
I mean, we just have to talk about it. And then Trevor's got Drew Brees and Michael Thomas going tonight.
Ooh, that looks bad so far. Couple goose eggs, not looking good.
Goose eggs early. Shell's trying to get in Trevor's head. But Trevor still has a very good team that is very capable of taking down the CJs. So
he's riding the Gus bus.
He is riding the Gus bus.
Hop on board, baby.
Was Shell the guy trying to trade for him so desperately?
No one was trying to trade.
Oh.
That was a complete joke.
I bet Shell tried to trade for him so desperately.
Shell's found newfound life now that he's found out that he has a chance at making the playoffs still.
Guess what? Melvin went and saw the witch doctor, baby. It's only going to be a 2-week deal. Survive in advance. Loyola, Chicago.
You need a Sister Jean on your side, which you don't have, unfortunately.
As a CEO churchgoer, no, I do not.
Like the CEO. All right, so we have next weight room optional, Dylan Alderman. Locked in the consolation bracket.
Hey, real quick, I'm picking up Party Like an ACL Tear. I don't know if we still do predictions on this show.
Yeah, I suppose we kind of gotten away with that with some of these games meaningless. How about Meat Beaters versus my squad? What do you got there?
Well, looks like actually as far as we go tonight, looks like Michael Gallup is actually the best receiver in Dallas. So, no, I don't know. You got no shot, brother.
34, good, yeah. That was a good shirt. All right, so DA's out of the playoffs, but
Has he made it?
DA made it his first year. He was the 1 overall seed when he had DeMarco Murray in his huge year.
Hey, side note though, I haven't lost since I put the picture of Shell's girlfriend up.
No way.
Our, podcast.
I just want him to know that if I somehow match up with him in the playoffs, I already have a PowerPoint rocking and ready to roll.
Love that.
All right, that needs to happen. All right. Getting on to Zeke and Destroy, he would need a win. A win locks him into the playoffs. A loss makes it iffy, and depending on other things based on total points. So Ellie needs that win big time. Otherwise, he is 50-50 shot at making the playoffs.
Ellie, I hate to be in Ellie's shoes in situations like this where all your firepower is locked up at noon, and then you just have to sweat your nuts off at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, it is. And then DA's got Ertz who can go off for 30 on Monday night.
Oh.
I'm looking right now. He needs the Seahawks to get shit stomped.
Yeah. DA's starting Chris Carson, Russell Wilson, and Doug Baldwin.
Oh, my God. All right. Yeah.
All right.
Zeke and Destroy is going to win this game.
Yeah, I think so too, but you never know. Never know. That's why they play the games, right, sir?
My golf partner. Let's go.
All right. Next one we have Tommy Potter. Right, has a chance at finishing 6-7, which I mentioned earlier may be his best finish ever. Zeke has 1.2 points tonight for Tommy Potter, his newly acquired Zeke, and he is the only guy going tonight. But I do think Brett's team has gotten a lot better. Some things kind of just fell his way with Dalvin Cook getting back and healthy. Josh Adams, now the main running back for the Eagles. DJ Moore has seen a huge role increase, in Eric Ebron, the main tight end with Jack Doyle hurt, are all huge positives that happened in the past couple weeks for Chuck Stream. So he's no pushover anymore. But I still think Tommy's got a better team. But you never know what will happen. And if I was, and Tom has been saying all week that he's going to get beat because he is woe is me this week, fantasy guy. So what do you say, Shell? Who's winning this matchup?
Oh, let me give a quick analysis. Remember what I texted you about a week and a half ago when you're like, you weren't actually going to start LaShawn McCoy, were you? I was like, fuck no, that's stupid as shit. Guess what? Now Tom is in a situation where he has too many running backs. He will make bad mistakes. The ones on the bench will thrive. The ones he starts will.
Team of the year.
Here we go. Let me keep going to rip Tommy's team. Andrew Luck keeps getting stupid 5-yard passes thrown to him. He's going to bust that shoulder up. Antonio Brown.
Luck's going to bust his shoulder up.
Wait, were you talking about Adam Thielen or?
Luck.
I'm talking about Andrew Luck.
Luck had a catch.
They've had 2 passes to him last 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Didn't catch.
I haven't seen that.
And let me continue. Antonio Brown. Big Ben now hates everyone he plays with. Antonio Brown will now. Basically, I just wanted to rip Tommy's team a little bit. He's going to win.
Now when Maher outscores Zeke tonight. Especially with my stupid chirp.
All right, so what the summary here is Austin and Ellie want Tommy Potter to win here, so he locks up that division, so total points becomes an easier route for them to get in the playoffs. That's my easy summary here. But then obviously Sorum wants Tommy Potter to lose, because if he wins, he gets in. So that's a good segue to our next game, Team Victory Lap, which is always a pretty solid squad, despite the owner's best chances of tanking the team and not looking, versus Rudy's chance, the aforementioned. He is starting Brett Maher, who already has a field goal after Tom ripped him for not starting Harrison Butker. I said maybe he chose to start Maher, which I would probably now looking at it, he has not taken Leonard Fournette out of the lineup, so looks like he probably just didn't set his lineup yet. So we have 2 guys here who have not looked at their lineups so far.
Love that.
So I know. I think Casey's probably going to win. His team's just too good with Julio, Odell, and Manny just ripping it this year. I guess it would probably help him if he would have started Philip Lindsay and Emmanuel Sanders on a regular basis as they keep going off. But well, Casey's got a pretty deep squad actually. So who do you have here? Do you think Rudy's chance to get to win and has a chance of making the playoffs, or are you taking Casey?
Okay. This is dramatic, I know. I really don't know who the fuck is going to win. This is the throw-up game of the week. Because you throw TJ Yeldon in, Lamar Miller will never do that again in his life. Like he's like an average 3 yards a carry guy. He knew he was playing Tommy, so he had to go hard in the paint.
He's mowing me against for you.
Valid with me attitude I have this week.
Oh, jeez. Okay, anyways.
I'm a Golden Tate lover. He's like one of my boys that I would have year after year. He is dog shit.
He has 20 targets for less than 100 yards.
Yep, I love that.
That's bad for running back rushes.
I don't know. I got to go Casey strictly off his what. He's the best. He could potentially be the best team to never make the playoffs. Like this team this year. Right?
Yeah. And it's only because the owner was so atrocious. Like his draft was ungodly good.
Yeah. And I don't yeah.
He even drafted Mitch Trubisky as his only quarterback. I guess with Lamar Jackson, and they're both usable. Yeah. Well, very much usable. So all right. Our last game of the week is the so close yet so far Dragons versus Mia. Lucky day, Shell. Your squad is projected to lose by 9 due to the fact you have no longer Melvin Gordon in your lineup. And Austin's team is looking very, very good right now with Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Tyreek Hill back in the lineup. His wide receivers are a little short with Gabriel and Sutton, but so it goes. Shell, what do you think of your matchup this week?
It's just one of those things where, I don't know, I'm in a dark place right now. But I'm kind of feeling good now after we had this little talk.
Yeah? Glad I could bring you out of depression.
I just want to say one thing to Mr. Stin. He called me out last week in this trade scenario show or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
I didn't appreciate that. Says I pay too much attention to this game. That's because I died for this game. I died for our fantasy league. And guess what? I'm going to be damned if I let that bitch win this division. He can beat me, but not by 40. So if you don't beat me by 40, Stin, you're a bitch and I win the division. So suck my ass. I'm actually whiter than shit, but let's go. I'm so excited.
He's back.
He is back.
I'm going to Venmo Traps a shit ton of money tonight. Let's gamble again. I'm ready. I'm excited. Stin, you have to beat me by 40. It's not a fucking chance in hell you do it. If he does do it, you'll never hear from me again. But it ain't going to happen.
I mean, you're still in the playoffs with the most total points. So.
Oh, that's me. That's me. I literally just can't have a fucking shit 60-point week.
Yeah.
If I did that, I'm not kidding. I would do something super drastic. Maybe drop. You might have to kick me out of the league. I don't know.
All right. Before we get any more absurd takes from you, Shell, I think that's it for the week. I'll be updating, since I don't have a team to care for this week, I'll be updating the Slack channel with the ongoings of the playoff implications as we go on in this final week of the 2018 regular season for the 8th Street Connection. So, with that said, we'll be back next week to preview the playoffs. That is crazy. It's already here, but I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see who gets last place and what punishments they may have to choose from. So all that to be decided, plus the champion in the upcoming week. So a lot to look forward to.
As a loser,
all right.
3 of them, right? Or what's the deal with that again?
Yeah, we can go over that again next week. But yes, winner picks the tops or the 6 that they want the loser to choose from, and they have to do 1. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and we can go over the list and all that in detail next week. So with that said, good luck, everyone.